Hello mga ka-JTV, this is Sir Joel of Sir JTV channel. In this video lesson, we will discuss about direct variation. At the end of this video lesson, you are expected to illustrate situations that involve direct variation, translates into variation statement a relationship between two quantities given by table of values, mathematical equation, a graph, and vice versa, and solves problem involving direct variation. Huwag kalimutan mag-subscribe at pindutin ang notification bell para updated kayo sa mga i-upload kong mga video lessons. Pindutin din ang like button sa ibaba kung nakatulong itong video lesson sa iyo. So, let's begin. Okay, let's define first what is variation. A variation is defined by any change in some quantity due to change in another. So, meron tayong mga quantities dito na kapag nagbago daw yung sa quantity, magbabago din yung isa. Okay, we have quantities, constant. Meron tayong tinatawag na constant and dinidenote natin siya as letter K. Usually, letter K yung ina-assign natin sa kanya na letter. So, kapag sinabi natin constant, yung value niya ay fixed, hindi siya nagbabago. Tapos meron din tayong tinatawag na variables. Variables usually dinidenote natin siya as xy. So dito sa lesson natin, usually ma-encounter natin mga variables na dinidenote ko ay xy. So pwede rin z or other letters. Pero kadalasan niya yung ginagamit sa variables. So itong mga variables na to, ito yung nagbabago yung value. Kapag nagbago yung value ng isang variable, magbabago din yung value ng isang variable. So unlike dito sa constant na kahit magbago yung mga variables na yon, yung constant na yan hindi magbabago yung value niya. So we have types of variations. We have direct, we have inverse, joint, and combined variation. So dito i-discuss na lang natin yung direct variation. Okay, what is direct variation? It occurs when a situation produces pairs of numbers in which their ratio is constant. So, it occurs when a situation produces pairs. So, meron tayong dalawang numbers dito. So, sabi niya, in which their ratio is constant. So, kapag naririnig natin yung word na ratio, di ba, automatic fraction yan or nagdi-divide tayo. So, meron tayong dalawang number dito na i-divide daw natin. And yung makukuha nating answer ay constant. So, for example, yung y over x. So, dalawang number yan. So, y over x. Kapag dinivide down natin yan, makuha nating answer ay k. Or yung constant natin. So, the statements y varies directly as x, y is directly proportional to x, and y is proportional to x ay mga statements na pang direct variations. Kapag narinig nyo to or nabasa nyo itong varies directly, directly proportional, or proportional to, automatic yung pinag-uusapan natin dito ay direct variation. These statements may be translated mathematically as y equals kx, where k is the constant of the variation. So itong mga statements na ito, pwede natin siyang i-translate into mathematical statement as y equals kx. So, ang gagawin lang natin is y varies directly as x. So, yung isang variable mo nasa left, yung isang variable ay nasa right. At yung variable na nasa right natin, i-multiply siya lagi ng k or yung constant. So, ito rin siya. Ito ring equation na ito. So, itong equation na ito, para makuha natin yung constant. So, ito naman yung pinaka-equation natin sa direct variation. So, again, this is y varies directly as x, or y is directly proportional to x, or y is proportional to x. So, yung isang variable sa left, yung another variable is nasa right. And yung nasa right na variable ay kasama yung k, which is pinag-multiply natin sila. Okay, another definition of direct variation is for two quantities x and y, so meron tayong dalawang number dito, x and y, an increase in x causes an increase in y as well. So meron tayong dalawang quantity, x and y. Kapag daw tumaas yung value ng x, sa direct variation, tataas din yung value ng y. Okay, sabay silang tataas. Similarly, a decrease in x causes a decrease in y. So given again yung dalawang quantities natin na x and y, kapag bumaba daw si x, bababa din si y, or sabay silang bababa. So yan yung tinatawag nating direct variation. Sabay silang tataas or sabay silang bababa. So hindi involved dito yung k natin or constant. Kasi 'di ba, yung k hindi naman siya nagbabago, hindi naman magbabago yung value niya. Kahit na magpalit ng value ng x and y na yan, hindi pa rin magbabago yung k natin. Kasi nga, fixed number yon. Okay, let's have an example. Using his bicycle, Joel travels a distance of 10 kilometers per hour on a steep road. The table below shows the distance he has traveled at a particular length of time. So, si Joel daw ay nagta-travel ng nakakapag-travel ng 10 kilometers sa isang oras. Sabi niya dito is per hour. So, ibig sabihin yan, 1 hour yan. So, nakakapag-travel siya ng 10 kilometers sa isang oras. So, by table of values, pwede nating ipakita yung direct variation dito. So, meron tayong variable x at meron tayong variable y. So, yung x natin ay time, yung y natin ay distance. Or pwede rin nating i-assign yung t as letter dun or variable doon sa time at di naman sa distance. So, okay lang kung x, y, or td yung i-assign nating letters. Okay? So, dito, di ba, nasabi dyan sa statement na kada isang oras daw nakaka-travel si Joel ng 10 kilometers. So, after 2 hours, makapag-travel siya ng 20 kilometers. And 3 hours, 30 kilometers. And 4 hours, 40 kilometers. So, dito, marirepresent natin itong statement na ito as table of values na direct variation. Kasi nga, makikita natin dito na nag-i-increase yung variable x natin. Ito, 1, 2, 3, 4, nag-increase siya. At the same time, yung variable natin na y, nag-increase din. 10, 20, 30, 40. Okay? So, hindi pa yan yung para masabi natin na direct variation talaga siya. Kailangan pa natin i-check yung constant, kung meron nga siyang constant. So, paano ba makuha yung constant to? So, gamit itong equation na ito, yung na-discuss natin dun sa previous slide. So, di-divide natin dalawang quantity. So, y divided by x equals yung constant. So, kailangan pare-pares yung makukuha nating answer dyan. Okay? So, ito, divide natin. 10 divided by 1, that is 10. And then, 20 divided by 2, that is 10. 30 divided by 3, that is 10. And 40 divided by 4, that is 10. So, makikita natin dito na pare-parehas yung nakuha nating quotient. So, itong pare-parehas na 10 na ito yung tinatawag nating constant. So, masasabi natin talaga na ito ay direct variation. Kasi, yung ratio ng mga variables natin na x, y ay pare-parehas. Okay, meron silang constant number. Okay, so mathematical equation naman. So, same problem. If the distance d varies directly as the time t, then the relationship can be translated into a mathematical statement as d equals kt, where k is the constant of variation. So, na-discuss na natin yung dun sa previous slide, di ba? So, from statement, so from variation statement, ita-translate natin siya into mathematical statement. So, d varies directly as t. So, gagawin lang natin, si d nasa left side ng equation, si t naman ay nasa right side ng equation, tapos, yung si t, imumultiply lagi natin siya ng k. So, pagse-separate lang natin yung dalawang variable na yan. Yung isa sa left, yung isa sa right. At yung nasa right na variable ay may kasama laging k. or minumultiply natin siya ng k, which is constant. And hindi pa ito yung pinaka-final natin na equation. So, makuha pa natin yung pinaka-final equation natin sa next slide. Okay, again, yung given table of values natin. So, di ba kanina, y over x. So, dito pinalitan ko na lang ng d over t para makita natin na yung d nire-represent siya si distance at si t naman si time. Tapos makuha natin ay k. So, pares lang ito dun sa y over x. So, yan nga, na-divide na natin kanina, di ba, na nakuha natin k is 10. So, given yung mathematical statement natin kanina na d equals kt, makuha natin dito yung pinaka-equation natin by substituting itong nakuha natin k dito sa mathematical statement natin. So, papalitan lang natin si k dito ng nakuha natin 10. So, magiging siyang d equals 10t. So, bakit natin kailangan kunin yan? What if may question sa atin na gaano kalayo matatravel ni Joel after 100 hours, ganon? Or mas mataas pa dito ng mga numbers. Hindi naman natin kailangan na isulat or i-list yung table of values, di ba? So, kailangan natin ng equation para ma-solve natin agad yung tinatanong. For example, yung time natin, gaano kalayo yung matatravel ni Joel after 12 hours. So, yung time natin doon ay 12, di ba? So, papalitan lang natin itong t ng 12. So, ito siya. Then, multiply lang natin sa 10. Then, yung makuha natin is 120. Ibig sabihin yan, si d, yung distance na na-travel niya, ay 120 kilometers. Okay? So, ganun ka-helpful itong pagkuha ng equation. So, madali lang natin nasusolve yung mga questions dito. Okay, so meron din tayong graph for direct variation. So, itong dito, sa part na ito yung distance traveled niya. So, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 kilometers. And ito naman nasa baba, ito yung time. So, 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours. Para makita natin yung graph ng direct variation, kung anong itsura niya, ipa-plot natin itong mga coordinates dito. Or yung mga variable natin na x, y. So, xy, 110, hanapin natin dito sa table. So, ito yung 1, at ito yung 10. So, magmi-meet sila dito sa part na to. So, ipa-plot natin yan, iyan yung 110 natin. And yung 220 naman, ito yung 2, ito yung 20, so magmi-meet sila dito. So, yan yung 220. And 330, that is ito, tsaka 30, 330, magmi-meet sila dito sa point na to. So, yan siya. And 440, ito yung 4, tapos ito yung part na to, that is 440. And then, pwede natin i-connect yung mga points na yan. So, makikita natin dyan na nakapag-form tayo ng straight line. Okay, kapag nakakita tayo ng straight line na graph, yung variation natin automatic ay direct variation. Yung graph kasi ng direct variation ay linear equation or straight line lagi. Okay? So, yan yung graph ng direct variation natin, straight line. Okay, write the mathematical statement for the given variation using k as the constant of variation. So, exercise tayo dito. So, x is directly proportional to y. So, madali lang, di ba? X is equal to ky. So, paghiwalayin lang natin yung dalawang variable, una itong x sa left side, is, tapos equals, directly proportional to y. And yung y na yon may kasama siyang k na pinag-multiply natin. And number 2, the number of cupcakes you can make varies directly with the amount of flour. So, siyempre yung cupcakes, magdidepende lang kung gaano karami yung flour mo or yung harina mo. Kung mas marami yung flour mo, mas marami yung cupcakes na mapoproduce mo. So, ano kaya yung mathematical statement ito? So, that is C is equal to KF. So, yung cupcakes varies directly as the amount of flour. And, laging may kasamang K yan. And 3, the height is proportional to weight. So, yung makuha natin mathematical statement dito is h equals kw. So, h or height is proportional to weight. Tapos, hindi mawawala si k dyan. Okay, steps on how to find the constant of variation and the equation of variation. So, paano ba natin mahanap yung constant at yung equation mismo ng variation? So, para kasi makuha yung equation ng variation, kailangan muna natin mahanap yung constant niya. After natin makuha yung constant, pwede na natin isolve yung equation. So, meron tayong follow ng mga steps dito. So, step 1, write the mathematical statement of the variation. Step 2, find the constant of variation. And step 3, substitute the constant to the mathematical statement. So, 3 steps lang tayo. Okay, example number 1. If y varies directly as x and y equals 20 when x equals 5, find the constant of variation and write the equation of variation. Okay, step 1, write the mathematical statement of the variation. So, madali lang to, di ba? Y varies directly as x. So, makuha natin ay y equals kx. Okay, yan na yung mathematical statement natin. And step 2, find the constant of variation. So, para makuha yung constant of variation natin dito, isa-substitute lang natin yung values ng y at x dito. So, si y is 20 at x ay 5. So, magiging siyang 20 equals k times 5. So, simplify natin, k times 5, that is 5k. And then, we will divide both sides by 5 para ma-isolate natin si k sa right side. So, divide natin, makakancel yung 5 over 5 and 20 divided by 5. That is 4. And then, step 3, substitute the constant to the mathematical statement. So, yung nakuha nating 4 dito, so, divide natin yan, diba? 20 divided by 5, 20 divided by 5, that is 4. And yung nakuha natin k, ito yung k, diba? Yung 4. Nakuha natin k, isa-substitute natin dito sa mathematical statement na y equals kx. Kaya nakuha natin itong y equals 4x. So, pinalitan natin si k dito ng 4. Kasi nga, nasolve na natin si k. So, again, isosolve muna natin yung k bago natin makuha yung pinaka-equation ng direct variation. Example number 2, a recipe for 6 cupcakes needs 1 cup of flour. The number of cupcakes you can make varies directly with the amount of flour. Find the constant of variation and write the equation of variation. Okay, step 1, write the mathematical statement of the variation. So, yung cupcake, it varies directly dun sa amount of flour. So, ito na yun. C is equal to KF. So, cupcakes, tapos varies directly as the amount of flour. And, syempre, hindi mawawala si K dyan. Step 2, find the constant of variation. So, palitan lang natin yung mga values ng C at F. So, si C dito, di ba, yung value niya ay 6. At yung flour natin ay 1. Kaya naging 1 yan. 6, tapos 1. Okay, then simplify lang natin. K times 1, that is K. Or simply magiging lang K equals 6 ito. So, okay na, meron na tayong K. Isa-substitute natin ngayon itong K dito sa mathematical statement natin. So, yun yung step 3 natin. Substitute the constant to the mathematical statement. So, magiging siyang C is equal to 6F. So, ito na yung pinaka-equation ng direct variation natin. Okay, example number 3. So, dito, meron tayong ibang situation. So, yung question natin is, if x varies directly as y and x equals 35 when y equals 7, what is the value of y when x equals 25? So, dito meron tayong dalawang pares ng variables. So, we have the first pair, yung x equals 35 at saka y equals 7. At yung pangalawang pares natin is y at saka x equals 25. Yung target natin dito ay hanapin yung value ng y natin. So, meron tayong dalawang solution dito, pero ituturo ko na lang kung ano yung mas madali. So, ang gagawin lang natin kapag ganito yung problem, gagamitin natin tong formula na ito. So, we have x sub 1 over y sub 1 equals x sub 2 over y sub 2. So, ito yung unang pares ng x and y at ito naman yung pangalawang pares. So, we let x equals 35, ito yung magiging x sub 1 natin. At itong y equals 7 naman, ito yung magiging y sub 1. And then, ito na magiging y sub 2 and x sub 2 ito. Kumbaga, ito yung pangalawang pares, tapos ito yung unang pares. So, sa-substitute lang natin dyan. So, palitan lang natin si x sub 1 ng 35, si y sub 1 ng 7, yun. And si x sub 2 ng 25, yun siya. And y sub 2, wala pa tayong value, isosolve pa lang natin. So, ang gagawin lang natin dito is, i-cross multiply lang natin sila. Okay, makuha natin is 35 y sub 2 equals 7 times 25. And then simplify natin 7 times 25, that is 175. And we will divide both sides of the equation by 35 para ma-isolate si y sub 2. That is y sub 2 equals 5. So, ibig sabihin yan, yung y natin dito, yung value niya ay 5. Okay? So, hanggang dito na lang yung video lesson natin. Sana marami kayong natutunan. Huwag kalimutan mag-subscribe at pindutin ang notification bell para updated kayo sa mga upload ko pang mga video lessons. Pindutin din ang like button sa ibaba kung nakatulong itong video lesson sa'yo. So hanggang dito na lang. Paalam!